Hi, my name is Jamie, and I want to talk to you about using wikis in the classroom. We're going to begin by just talking about what a wiki is. A wiki is a website that allows collaborative editing of its content and structure by its users. A statement made by Ward Cunningham is this: a wiki is a software that handles complex problems with simple solutions. Ward Cunningham was an American computer programmer who developed the very first wiki in 1994. When you think of wikis, probably the most common and well-known wiki is Wikipedia. But we're going to look at some different ones today, but they don't differ that much from Wikipedia because they are all able to be edited by these different users. Now, a wiki is a little different from a blog because there's no said owner or leader. A blog has a moderator or a leader who owns the page, controls the content, and while you may make comments or suggestions on a blog under a post, there is a leader. A wiki allows anyone to contribute to the content of it. A wiki also allows online users to collaborate just about any topic. I imagine if you did a major search, you could find a wiki for just about anything. Wikipedia, anything you want to research can pretty much be found on Wikipedia. Now, a wiki is basically a database for creating, browsing, and searching through information. It makes it handy. Everything's right there that you need to know about a particular topic. You don't have to search in lots of different places. Wikis are also able to incorporate text, videos, movies, and pictures. Anything you want to upload to a wiki, you're able to do. Now, that's where we're going to come into some problems. We're going to discuss those later on. And once a user, which is you, anyone who wants to contribute, once a user contributes to a wiki, the information is made visible to the online community immediately. Again, this differs from a blog to where sometimes when you make posts or different things like that, the moderator has to approve it or they can delete it. On a wiki, once you edit everything and once you enter your information, it's immediately viewable by everyone who can see the wiki. Now, next we're going to look at how does a wiki work? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Is it user-friendly? To me, a wiki is extremely easy to use, and all that you need in order to create a wiki is an internet connection and a web browser. Now, just by clicking the edit button on a wiki, a simple editing screen will appear, allowing you to contribute to the page information. And we're going to take just a second and do that. I want you to, if you were to go online and Google wiki spaces or wiki anything, one of the main ones that pops up is wiki spaces. And if you click on that and go to it, you will be given different options about creating wikis, learn about wiki spaces for schools, districts, and universities. And if you're not in education, you can create different ones. But for our purposes today, we're going to look at a wiki used for education. Here is a simple wiki that I created for my classroom. You're able to name it. You're able to put anything on there you want. It gives you a brief welcome to your classroom. I did a simple introduction for my classroom. And then also down here is where people can add comments, questions, anything like that. Now, we're discussing how to edit a wiki, how to use it. Very simple. On this particular one, let's say we want to create a new one. Excuse me. So right in here, add a page, upload files, start discussion, add a project, add event, lots of different things you can do on a wiki. We're going to add a page. A wiki, each individual page is called a wiki page, and the combined pages are called the wiki. We are going to create a page called Tessellation. Simply type in the name of your page, create, and just like that, you're on an editing page. That's how simple this is. And we're going to begin the page with just a simple definition. Tessellation is just a pattern of shapes that fit perfectly together. Now, when I'm done, let's say that's all I want to do today. I click Save. And just like that, I just contributed to a wiki. Now, again, if I want to add something else, all I have to do is click the simple edit button. I'm carried to a user-friendly page where I can add text, I can add a link, a file, a widget, a table, anything I want. I can preview it, cancel, or again, save it. And once again, I have created a new page. And you can browse around on different wikis. On mine, it's very simple. Just started it for the purpose of this class. Here, area of a circle, just simply uploaded a very simple graphic and did a definition. And we're going to look at some more of that later. Right now, here we're back to how does a wiki work. Just by clicking the edit button, which is what we did on a wiki, a simple editing screen will appear allowing you to contribute to the page information. After editing, you will simply submit your information and voila, just like that, your newly edited information will be displayed for all to see. Now, we're going to get into some different aspects of the wiki. What are the limitations of it? As with anything technology related, when you're working in your classroom, you should first check with your school district's AUP. We know there are lots of things that we're allowed and not allowed to do technology-wise, and that's the first and foremost thing that you need to check. And then again, many schools have various web pages blocked, so be sure to address this issue with your school technology administrator to be sure usage is allowed, and if it's not, see if you could possibly get a wiki space open if you're using it for your classroom. Wikis are also only accessible with internet usage. They're not able to be just used on a regular computer without internet. Now, problems. There are problems with Wiki. Earlier, a benefit to Wiki is anyone can contribute. It's great for collaborative editing, group work, but again, the con, anyone can contribute to a Wiki. Inappropriate language, spam, incorrect content, anything like that can make an appearance on a wiki page. Monitoring, if you are the teacher and you are doing a classroom wiki, monitoring could be very time consuming, especially if it's not group authorized. Like if you have a wiki that's open to anyone like Wikipedia and anyone can alter it, then you would have to monitor that very closely. And another thing is wiki information can be biased. Perhaps if I am creating a wiki and it's something that could be have a bias to it, all the information would be my information. Therefore, it would reflect my views and my personal viewpoints on anything. So wikis can be biased. This little cartoon I thought was really cute. Again, problems with the wiki. They're in a classroom work here, and the information that's pulling up is just a bone. And, you know, the little puppy over there has done that. So, okay, who's been messing with the wiki? Again, anyone can contribute, and while that's a great thing, it also is a flaw to the system. Now, we're going to get into the important part of classroom work. How can teachers use Wiki? A wiki can be used as a place for students to share notes on each unit of study. You saw how simple and how easy it was to edit a wiki page, and your students can do the same. Students can share their information. Students can add notes. As a teacher, you could add projects and have students add to that. Teachers can use it as a multimedia site for videos, web pages, and articles, and it's all grouped together by subject matter. Go back to our page with area of a circle. On this page, I could add videos, YouTube videos. If we go back to the edit, I could add more pictures, or I could have my students do the same thing. But either way, it's all right here and grouped together under area of the circle. If they're doing research or they need to review for a test, I could put all the information on here and it would be right there for the students to see. So that makes it very easy. Also, it could be used as a digital portfolio of student-created videos used for educational purposes. In other words, if your students wanted to create some different videos in the classroom of things that they've been working on, a project that they've been doing, again, upload it to your Wiki classroom, and just like that, everything's there at the end of the year or midway through, midterms, finals, everything's there, easy and ready to be reviewed. Educational wikis could be used in groups to create reference sites for units of study, just like we've been talking about. The educational uses of a wiki. Educational uses, students and other learners. So anyone can revise and edit. They can comment. They can contribute. They could add reference sites. And they could use it to study. The instructor, obviously you will have to do the monitoring. You're going to be the person who edits it, who will have to delete some information. And you can use it as an assessment tool for your students. You could give them different various things to upload to the wiki and use that as their grade, as a quiz, as a test, anything you want. But again, it's time consuming for you as the teacher because you have to do all of the monitoring of the wiki. And then you've got the different other external assessors, department On external, you've got this is talking about for accreditation purposes, but as parents you could easily give them the link to your classroom wiki, and they could go on there and see what you're working on. You could post homework assignments, everything. It could be like a classroom web page. It's just very easy to set up. Now, these are just the references I use for looking up some of this stuff. What is a wiki? This first article, 7 Things, was a great article to use. So now I want to show you an example of using a wiki in the classroom. We're going to use wikis in the classroom with an activity about discovering tessellations and then recording it on the wiki. My classroom will use the same one that I've been discovering, and here we're going to cancel that out and go back to the main page, the tessellations, and I just started it for my students. Tessellations is a pattern of shapes that fit perfectly together. Well, I'm going to have my students create tessellations and do some research on them. And in this, you can see the course of study standards, and then of course you've got your technology. Now, the lesson objective. In this lesson, the student will be able to identify regular and uniform tessellations and create tessellations with specific attributes. The student will also learn the history behind tessellations and the mathematical reasoning as to how they work. To begin the study of tessellations, I would start with showing my students just various pictures of tessellations and discuss their meaning. Now, I didn't list it in this particular lesson plan, but of course I would have to discuss with my students beforehand of how to use the wiki. Even if I just used the previous PowerPoint of how simple it is to edit and save your work, it would have to be something that I would discuss with my students before this assignment. So then, like I said, I would show them various pictures of tessellations and discuss their meaning. Then I would want to do this as a group project. I would place each student into a group of possibly 4, depending on classroom size, in order to complete the assignment. Each group would be responsible for defining the units in the unit vocabulary, researching M.C. Escher and his impact on tessellations, and creating tessellations based on specific guidelines set by me. Each group would spend several days researching all of this information, and then I would want them to report their work back onto the classroom wiki. Then as a whole group, we would investigate the group findings on the wiki, and then of course make any necessary changes to reflect accuracy. Students would also be encouraged to create tessellations by using Google Drawings and upload their creations to the class wiki. Drawings, pictures, anything like that are very easy to upload to any wiki, especially a classroom one. And then for assessment, before the assignment, with any group project, each student would be given a rubric that outlined the expectations for their postings to the wiki and their group involvement. It's very important, I think, when you have group work, that each student understands their role in the group. If not, you always have one person that seems to do a lot more and carries the weight, and one that doesn't, kind of falls through the cracks. So make sure that each student understands their group involvement. The main focus of the rubric would be the accuracy of their definitions, the accuracy of their research, and then I would like for them to summarize their findings on Escher, and then not plagiarize, of course, and list their summary on the wiki. And then I would have to grade on basic grammatical errors. Students would also be graded on their tessellation creations. They would have a choice to not upload their wiki creations, their tessellation creations onto the wiki, but it would be something that I would probably add in as a bonus to them. So all of this information is just an easy way to create a wiki for your classroom. Wikis, again, are extremely easy to create and probably even easier to edit and work with. So I hope you can use this information in your classroom and start a wiki for your room. Thank you.